Well, let's get back into this. So, we ended off last week, and let's call it in a bit of an awkward situation. We escaped the island and arrived at Reaper's Coast, and explored a little bit, and got here to Driftwood.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right.
But
Think about it too much.
one
safe among friends.
of the
Never forget
magisters in the town recognized Ifan, and well, he's currently resting in jail. So we need to do something about this. I also spend a little bit of time with the shops here, looking at new gear. So I don't think we got much. Most of our gear is fairly good. We did, however, get some new skills. So
Keeping it together,
the
Bree.
prince didn't get anything new. We had already got a blitz attack and phoenix dive.
You're
but
safe among friends.
Very important
Never
skills to
forget
get. Loza, however, did get a new skill, or a couple of new to be precise. And we kind of need more memory slots for her. Memory for her now. So for her, we
Keeping
picked
it together,
up
Bree.
Shadow
alright,
Infusion
As long as I don't think about it too much.
and
You're
Healing
safe
Ritual,
among friends.
specific
Never
primarily.
forget it.
So we have a bit of new skill sets possible for our Incarnate, and we have a new heal skill. I haven't slotted in, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll replace... I'm considering replacing Rain with it, but it's really good to have Rain available. So next level will probably take like 2 points of memory, depending on if we get something for free or not. And Sibyl, we didn't get anything for her because right now we don't need anything. So let's
Keeping it together, Bree.
we
I'm all right.
guessing let's go to the prison, see if we can't peacefully resolve it to begin with. That's highly doubtful, but who knows? Miracles have happened.
The Magister startles, realizing there's a stranger in his midst.
Oh. Magister Carver.
What do you want, lizard? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Manchesters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation.
Puh. I don't answer to poor
This
bureaucrats.
isn't the ancient Empire, serpent. Now answer my bloody question. What are you doing here? You can circle the poles twice each for all I care, as long as you don't interfere with my investigation.
If it's so important.
I'm not some foot soldier,
Oh.
you clod. I can't put myself at risk. We've lost 3 of our number to this Higba fiend so far. I won't move from here until he's in a cell or in a box.
I mean, if you are too good for it, what do you think I am? But I'm generous, so it's a reward for catching him.
Catching, killing, I don't care. There'll be gold for whoever puts an end to this rat. If you see anything, tell me or my men at once. Otherwise, keep the hell out of... Well, you
Yeah.
stop wasting my time then.
But I like
need
wasting your
those
time.
reports,
Awesome.
damn it.
Right away. I'm watching you, stranger. That's all you have to say.
So,
Nelson, my
well,
inkwell is
let's go downstairs. Hmm. Silent Watchers.
The Magister turns to you with a
So,
scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and your interjection isn't improving his mood.
Oh.
What?
The Magister glances
So
at you
what's
like
your
you're
foul mood
something
for?
he just stepped in.
Keep out of it.
Let's play on his pride.
That's what I want to know. Stuck here with those silent things. The new leadership ought to learn to respect its veterans. We're the ones who uphold the rule of law, not white ponces like Raymond and Jonathan.
A sly smile creeps across the Magister's face.
Aye, and sooner than you might think, if the rumours are true. Let's just say, there's other places where I'd be appreciated more than I am in Driftwood.
Oh, other places.
The Magister loses some of his...
I ain't saying. It's a secret for loyal members of the Divine Order only.
Oh. Oh, you
Shut
seemed a
your
bit-
mouth, or I'll fling you in one of these cells. Hear me?
Oh, yeah, it's because you're able to do that. Right. Hmm. Let's see here now. Can we just step out? Ah, well. Let's see here. It ended up turning east. Oh well. Such is life. Let's jump. And let's get some damage boosts going. I've also made a fair number of extra arrows at this point. So extra arrows should be good. Yeah. And let's disappear. Well, luckily for me, Ethan is a mage, so he's not in need of his gear at all. That would not knock down anybody, which is a shame. But the impalement would. And the red prince, well, you can just charge him. Now, granted, this won't knock him down, but this will put him in range to hit him. And the other Silent Watcher won't be doing much, clearly. So a blood infusion. And let's play around a little bit with our new infusions. So, Shadow, Farsight, and Power. Now, we have the normal ones, range attack, whirlwind, and ram for farsight and power. Mosquito swarm for blood. Now we've added 2 new skills. So we have corrupted blade and chameleon cloak. Chameleon cloak is what I apologize. What Sibyl used to turn invisible. It's simple, very good if you don't want to attract attention. No, I generally want my incarnate to attract as much attention as possible. But the corrupted blade is good. Is a good addition here. So let's use it. So that sets both decaying, which reverses all healing, and disease, which reduces constitution and damage. So this is not a threat anymore. It is a costly spell though, so no. In this case, I probably want to actually move down here. Now I lose a height advantage, and I place myself in the worst possible place. So it's not as bad as it might seem, because the Watcher is low on magic armor, so I can actually use some my arrowheads right now. So because this will spread to Colwyn. That's actually a smart move. He shocked Losa last turn, so by spreading water to her, that will stun her. Granted, it won't do him much good in the end, but credit where credit is due. That's not a threat anymore. Now I would want to fireball, but well, there's a giant pillar in the way. And the rest of the skills are not targetable, so I'll just pass the turn him. He's already dead anyway, so. Now the prince can attack either. Doesn't really matter at this point, actually. We got cleave on our new weapon, so I don't think it matters. Though the Silent Watcher has a lot of armor, so I'm going to hit him first. See, well, that stripped all of it. So I'm going to actually use Whirlwind here. And this is the logic behind this is guarantees the kill, gets to execute, and we're done. And Colwyn has all the keys we need, so we can actually clear the prison house. No, we're going to loot everything. And notice that none of this is marked as stealing anymore, because we killed the owner. Colwyn was tagged as the owner, so with him gone, well, there's nobody to steal from anymore. What we are going to do, however, is this one. Ifan is actually going to be the one to loot it. And the reason why is, well, it was Ifan's gear, ultimately. So it's gonna make it a little bit easier for me to re-equip him. It'll be clear what what should be equipped where. And it also means that this gets placed in the correct inventory. Now let's finish looting up here. Gold mass participant. Let's see if we can't get in here. Yes. Oh. Well, that's painful. Maybe I shouldn't be sleeping there. Meat cleaver. Nails and a repair hammer. Good. Always good. Nails are still going to be something useful until, well, until we get basically our final set of gear pieces. Identifying glass. Sorcerer's ring.
Nice.
Hunting quill. Yeah, sure. What is this? Sorcerer's most wanted. Mordus, dwarf. Suspected links to local dwarven malefactors. Last seen, Driftwood vicinity. Known associate of Loha. Loha was mentioned last week by the elf. No, by the dwarf. By the attacked caravan. Search the area beneath Black Bull Tavern. So there's something beneath Black Bull Tavern. Riker, elf, known lone wolf as affiliate. That sounds like a connection to. I think we haven't have heard his name before. Why don't I check that? Not to be challenged by our fortress, by order of the White Magisters. It seems like a capable fellow. Last seen, Stone Garden Cemetery. Hanag, lizard. Beware of powerful portal magic. Last seen, hosted by a large family in the Black Pits. Almira, human, Black Ring. Last seen, captured and taken by the White Magisters. Sahela, blind mystic. We met her. Benmest, that's us. So just like Sahela, sent to Fort Joy. Addendum. The remaining suspicions of sorcerer's activity. There remain suspicions of sorcerer's activity on the northern end of Blood Moon Island. The island itself is currently inaccessible to our forces. Wonder where that is. Now, that's a lot of updates. But so no, it was Roost. But it's another lone wolf associate, so in the mists beneath the hamlet of Driftwood. Beneath the hamlet. So somewhere below. And it did mention so well done. And a skull. I would wager that falls under bone. Oh yes, I made a few. I managed to upgrade one of my masterwork runes. Though right now it's not that useful because we don't. The prince weapon does not have rune slots where it would be most useful, and we don't have the fugitive tag anymore, so we can just head out. Oh. Rosa. Please pick that lock. Well, that was worth a lot. Oh well. Repair hammer. Nails.
This again?
Oh, please, Lucian, spare me! Occupied! Oh, unholy hells! Do I? That's what I get. Bloody tainted stew!
Tainted stew?
Makes a little fish into some of my stew. Bloody mackerel must have been tainted. Save me, Luke.
Tainted stew.
Be glad you don't have to witness this sudden hell.
Bruce alone. Same one's a build after. Well, Seville.
A painful death, trapped and defenseless.
Oh, lovely. Now, let's hear now.
Oh, heaven.
Oh, it tainted all of these. Oh, this one
You
isn't.
twist your head around as the Magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time.
Well, that's a sad end if I've ever heard
Wendy
one.
cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view.
You've got enough in front of you. Hell.
Keep your eyes peeled for a dreamer. Ramos the Wanderer promised he'd be here.
Gavin, Dominic.
I'm telling you, my friend, or Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident.
No.
A valiant warrior against the void.
Barra.
Taken too early, all hope destroyed. The path thus ended.
Let's head upstairs. Maybe we can find him there.
Who rings the bell?
What on earth is that noise?
That would be my stomach, my lord. Perhaps I could go downstairs for a bit of stew?
Absolutely not.
Curiosity kills the
The
cat,
coffers, man.
or gets its
The
sense
coffers, they're to be
before
guarded
dawn.
day and night.
Well, then let's
Yes,
step inside.
of course, my lord.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lid out. Then you're an idiot.
Barra.
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment? So easily fooled. Drape a little bit of money over a dead pig, and folks would say it was the second coming of Lucian. Believe me, this man is no more noble than an old boot.
Ifan
Go
bounds
ahead.
forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard.
Well done.
They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs. The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roost thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract. Roost's
So,
camped out at the sawmill.
Roost is at a sawmill. Let's pay him a visit, shall we?
She smiles. Her eyes are dark pools brimming with anticipation.
Must be an awful lot of fun toys to be had at a sawmill.
Ooh. I almost feel bad for Roost. Well, almost. Let's be honest here. I'm not.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets a sense of poor joy.
Under lock and key.
Night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
Let's try picking this one. Let's not get any visitors. Well done. Oh!
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Nice.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that
Ooh.
right.
That's not
You can trust me. I
common
can see a sword
goods.
from a mile away. And you can't
A
be too
second
careful,
face
you know?
ripper.
You
Oh,
can
well,
get
well.
Alexander and get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
A book? Another book? A mortal? Wooden figurine? A wooden doll? A book? Lockpicks? There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Dead rats.
You've got to pick who you can
Origins
trust.
of Lucian. Okay, there's a couple of books
Got
here.
that right, Hilka. You got that right.
Always good to have.
And I'm saying you can trust me.
Nails?
I
Ooh,
can see a
an
sword
empty honey
from
jar.
a mile away.
Another
And
empty
you
honey
can't be
jar.
too careful, you know?
Some
You can
rotten
get
eggs.
Alexander and
Shiver,
get
sir.
any of us.
This room is temperate enough, is it not? Right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Quite so, my lord. Quite so.
Hmm.
The atmosphere in here is spooky.
Spooky? Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
That's quite all right, my lord.
There's something fishy about this place, but maybe the books can illuminate it. So, we found traces of why the seven gods exist now nor ever have.
Curiosity kills the
Well,
cat,
we know this
or
is
gets a
fake.
sense of poor joy.
We've talked to them. Book of Rhymes.
You're willing to risk poor
It's
joy
a
for
children's,
one
right?
night with
Okay.
a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
It's another silly book of blanks. I can deduce one recipe from this book, but this really is more of a puzzle than a recipe. I have to experiment what I can learn from this rhyme. Creepy death magic requires one shadow and ghoulish ingredient, skulls and bone marrow.
Curiosity
Parchment
kills the cat,
and
or
paper
gets a
you
sense
can
of poor joy.
compose malevolent magics and sinister scrolls.
You're willing to risk
Okay. Yeah, shackles. We get. With red origin solution. Arcs.
You gotta pick who you can trust.
You got that right.
Guide to troll.
You got that right.
And
In
I'm
terms of
saying
troll behavior
you
refers
can
to the way
trust
trolls
me.
live their
I can see a
lives, from
sorcerer
killing
from a
and
mile
feeding
away.
to roaring and courtship.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander...
Formidable
any of
foes,
us.
not just due to their size, but due to
You're
their
right about that.
talent
Right
for
as rain.
health regeneration. Some insist that burning or poisoning may prevent a troll from regenerating. So virulent trolls are immune to poison. Blazebone trolls. Are weak to poison, and amphibious.
You gotta pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilga.
Rock of Ages.
You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, then...
Right. Well.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue steel...
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
And his 7 blessings upon us
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile. She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber liquor.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for a lizard, but all the more impressive. You and my nails might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him.
Not gonna piss her off.
Too bad. I taught that boy right. Abstinence and chastity. That's what we learned in our household. And look at him now. A physician in the Divine Zone Order. The lessons paid off, they did.
Sure they did.
Anyhow, what can I get you? We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your ribs, I'd flag down Loverick and get yourself a bowl. Coming right up, darling.
Wonder and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. Damn right. May the 7 usher us to paradise against all.
So, Loverick.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes. Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
A very fake smile.
Greetings, my lord. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a...
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
King of the world. Oh, will not try something new.
A lascivious smile spreads across his face.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite lovemaking abilities? My dear prince, I'm sure this is true. But I believe one of your kin is even more talented than your good self. And for an insignificantly small sum...
He holds out his hand. The money vanishes into his apron.
Now, let me ask you this. What... flame... Upstairs, on the second floor.
He gives you a mischievous grin.
Oh, time to see who this lady is.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard?
A lizard, tall and beautiful.
I'm so glad you...
She turns her back.
Right. You step outside.
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. She fixes you with a sultry look, and when she speaks, it's like listening to honeyed smoke.
I'm so glad you've come. Are you here to... water my flowers? I've been so lonely since my man went away to fight the coming war. I need someone to take care of me. You're so masculine, darling. Won't you take care of me?
She gives you a cool look, then a flirtatious smile.
Fighting against the Empire?
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So what shall we do? Would you like me to dance for you? All right, darling.
She closes her eyes. She's motionless for a moment, as if listening for music that only she can hear. And then, almost imperceptibly at first, her hips begin to sway, as she finds the rhythm of the song that only she can hear. But as she sways and moves, with elegance and grace, at once beguiling and raw with pure emotion. And you realize you hear the music too. An old ballad from the Empire. It pulls at the heartstrings every time. She spins into you, her arms around you, her breath upon you, her rough skin on yours. She laughs and leads you to the bed, tearing at your clothes. The bed receives you both. You realize that you are naked, and so is she.
But my darling kin, why ever not? Oh, my darling, there's no need to fret. Look at you. You're strong and valiant and powerful. I should be paying you.
She is a bit too forward.
Darling, I was joking. Come on, that's really not how this is supposed to work, kin. Where do you think you're going? Wait! How about afterwards? I give you your money back. If you're... You animal! Get out of here! And don't expect no...
She's studious...
Yes, of course, my lord.
Now, this is one option. Though I am aware that there is another resolution to that, which could be fun to show. No.
Then you're an idiot.
Should you fall for her
You've got to pick who you can
advancements, you will be dragged into a combat.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on... She slides one of the drinks towards you. Her...
And that. Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of...
Bottoms up.
Let's drink to our sorrows.
Cheers to you.
Her gaze swift.
Damien's dull knife. This place is another.
Down the hatch.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Usher us to paradise against all odds.
Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good.
I don't think you'd know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent. Killed by sorcerers.
Hold it. Papa no no. You no go.
Well then. Oh right. We were here to see the Meister. Let's do that first.
I have to stop these disappearances. My career is at stake.
It can't be far, can it?
It's at points like these my lack of focus tends to display, and I end up going left, right, and center at all times.
You can't go in there, mister. The Meister isn't home, and the Magisters, they was very angry about it. They said mean things about the Meister. She's my friend. She was one of the Magisters once. She was very high up. She used to look, but then she stopped that and just stayed in the house all the time. I'm not allowed outside the village.
She looks around.
When the wind blows from over the stream, I can hear her.
She gives you a look.
Well then, over the stream we go.
I did not kill Alexander, you stupid ape. Release me!
Hold on.
The lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discoloured. Her eyes are closed, but her
Disgraceful,
tongue
I say.
flickers as you approach.
Welcome to Driftwood, God-woken.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the...
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well then, cut me. Or indeed you could stand there still as a boiled lobster. You seem to have mastered that look.
The Meister bares her
So,
teeth, stained a deep pink by her
Melody
blood,
said you could train
and
us.
growls.
Melody is unfortunately mistaken. I cannot train you, but I can certainly help you on your path. As long as I am free of this rope.
Powerful sorcerer cannot train us.
Because along with torture and interrogation, the Magisters found space in their schedules to purge me, that's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
They spent quite some time at it too. Apparently I was a rich vein to be mined. And now I hang powerless as any butchered carcass. They stopped the process just as the last of my power drained away. Just enough to rob me of my strength, but not enough to leave me a hollow sack of flesh and scales.
Yeah, fair enough.
I had hoped they simply wished to preserve my charm and beauty, but no. It seemed Dallas had ordered that I be held until she could do the deed herself. To give it the personal touch, I imagine.
Oh, Dallas again.
Now that you have had that... that delightful little nugget of gossip...
The lizard grimaces.
I am in intense pain, Kin. You are either insufferably cruel or insufferably stupid.
The former.
Insufferably cruel. How charming. It was obvious, God. You are whippet thin, implying you've been a captive. Your wrists have seen the sun, but your neck has not, so you sported a collar, not shackles. After an escape, any sane creature would rest, but the bags under your eyes indicate you haven't. Why not? You must have been. No one important escapes a prison without help, and no one frees sorcerers bar the Seekers. They thought you were worth saving. Now an important person does. Be quick about it.
Let's
before
get
the
her out
Magister
of here,
realizes
because
their
clearly
prize catch
she's
is about to slip
has
through the
something to.
net. Excellent. Now, if you'd be so kind as to gut that startled-looking Magister, it would be.
That won't be a problem. Let's gut her.
Glory is mine.
And it's also nice that I don't have to worry about shooting her. Let's check it out. Ricochet. Let's get some height advantage to this shot. Cut through most of it. Well, that added some combatants. I mean, they could, however, have picked better spots to join in. Also, feel almost bad for that poor doggo. Almost. Burn him. Shredded most of my... Shredded all my magic armor and... So, I could dive onto these two targets, like so, and given that they're out of physical armor, could knock them down. Losa is borderline useless this turn because she's silenced. So this turn I get my height advantage. I'm not sure I'm going to kill, so I'm going to use Adrenaline to get the extraction. It did kill, even regardless. I'm going to put one arrow in that Magister, just to ensure the kill. And then we're going to severely wound him. Now, the reason why I wanted to put at least one arrow there is because I wanted to ensure that this could kill him. Because this means that we don't have to worry here. So that strike will kill. Now, I could either jump here. I have a couple of options here. I could CC the dog, or actually, the effective version is jump here and activate Medusa Head. This will petrify him. And the dog shouldn't consider moving up. Now, I don't think it's necessary to summon a incarnate here. This is for a simple reason that, well, the extractions is very unneeded because, well, it's over. Executor's Nyan's Axe. Same base damage, slightly more water damage, same strength, higher crit chance, and it replaces a couple of other things. Now, I'm not actually sure if this is better or not. I do know that the prince is carrying too much stuff. Alright, got a couple of other gear pieces that we should take care of. I'm just gonna spread a couple of things out like so. Now, let's actually check. So we go from 80 to 99 to 84 to 100. So max damage goes up. The damage actually goes up. Damage actually goes up, generally. And with the increased crit chance... Now, we lose the guaranteed chill. The prince does not use Hydrosophist at all. So this is... We're basically exchanging possibly more CC. Yeah, I think actually this one, while it is a lot more single target, I think it's actually better in this case. So let's see here now. Huntsman and Necromancer. While it is better armor-wise, the finesse and range and the rune slot, specifically the rune slot, makes it so much better. Here, however, is actually a case can be made, but we should exchange. Here's intelligence, and that we don't want to replace. But yeah, actually, we're going to replace that. Now, so here is one gear decision, because for Ifan, because he's spreading out in so many different skills, and worth remembering, each rank in a skill increases the damage of that element by 5%. However, intelligence increases also for all int based, and so searing daggers, basically all magic scales off of int. So given that Ben Mest uses 3 different, instead of pouring, we can't pour however much into each of these. What we have been doing is we're taking polymorph instead. And polymorph, the way polymorph works is we get a free attribute point, which we've been putting into intelligence. So what I'm weighing here is the 1 point in intelligence better than the 1 point in pyrokinetics and 2 points in airfur? Here's the thing. I would say that it is. Yes, we lose the constitution, and that would reduce by 7% our vitality by 7%. So, but we lose 5% air ferg, and we actually gain 5% for earth and poison. So yeah. And we have also raised air ferg to enough. So also generally the highest level you need any skill in to learn all the skills is free. So we can, I'm gonna check, where do I get the Geo from is our helmet. So assuming we don't get a new helmet, and this is a fairly decent one, and it has 2 intelligence, so we're not going to replace that anytime soon. So we can confidently put it in polymorph. So we get 1 point in Lucky Charms. Let me check how many. Now we check. Are there any skills we're after? So, I got. The only thing I don't have 2 offensive skills is poison, but I don't have any poison skills I want to place right now, so. There's no real difference, so. Here I'm going to take Dazzling Bolts, but that also means that I don't need 1 more memory point right now. And I haven't taken Savage Sword Leaf, so I can't crit yet, so Wits is not as important right now, so I can put 2 points into Intelligence, and we can put 1 point in Wits to start building up for the crit chance for later on. So here, Ore Master. I'm not sure here. Here I have a lot of options. Here I definitely want Finesse and Wits for more crit chance. For Losa, I definitely want 1 more memory point. Because she has a couple of skills that we want to add up. We want to add Healing Ritual. And we want to have Winter Blast. Because she always runs into the risk of her first turn might be Conjuring Incarnate, 2 infusions and a totem, but she has 6 points every round because of Glass Cannon. This means that second turn, 1 totem, maybe Restoration, and the last infusion. Or maybe totem, last infusion, and Iceman. But that means she's running low on skills, so the Winter Blast on a free turn cooldown gives her a bit more actions. Regardless, we get our key skill now, Summoning to 10. This is very important for summoning. And we get her fever up to 6, so we shouldn't have any problems with any locks for the foreseeable future. She doesn't use crit. While her having a higher initiative would be nice, she won't be able to match my more crit based, so and she's most of what she does is actually just based on base stats, so Constitution is actually really good. And also here is nice because she still has that. She needs her health a bit more than others. We will be using that. And our prince. More persuasion. More warfare for more damage. Strength. And he's in a spot where he really has no more use for memory slots. At least not right now. Here, I'd probably take Cripple just to get another CC ability. Just to slot everything. Here we actually have a couple of options. Spread your wings is nice. Or it basically costs, it's a movement skill that costs us 2 points. And when you already have Cloak and Dagger and Tactical Retreat for 1 point each, that isn't as appealing. Chloroform, it's a CC ability, Scales of Finesse. Actually, gonna take that. And the reason why I take it is, it's a good backup. So if, in case we get to a point where we say, I don't want him to act. And while, yes, she has all of the CC abilities elsewhere, I am as a player often a little bit hesitant to use my more unusual arrows. And I'm gonna take 1 more point in warfare. And for your lost skill point. You have a lot of health, so let's just do that. And that puts us, that means we've finished leveling. Send those to Sabille, out. Right.
Off you go. I can't be seen raternizing with the likes of you. A sorcerer? Ha! Second rat wizards by my book. The reddish-coloured flesh beasts round here string your kind up by their hands. Well, I'm a rat, and you're some kind of flick-tongued scale slitherer. Never the twain shall mix, thus spaketh the reddish large-style flesh beasts. Just look at what happened to that lovely flick-tongued scale slitherer when she spent too much time with a lumbering large-style flesh beast of her own. No thank you.
Lovely rats.
I bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung.
I never really thought about it.
Shame. Everyone's got a melody in them. You just gotta look. My brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now he's got the voice of an angel. Manchester's came, stole him away.
Seems to be the
I
tale
keep
of
going
everybody.
though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowds will be wanting some musical trifles. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly.
Yes.
Used to make bows and fletch arrows, but left that hobby behind.
Let's actually use her brother against her.
Oh, I'd say he cut me to the bone, but the truth is more like a bludgeon, ain't it? Maybe I could do my part to help your efforts. Come back later then. I need a bit
Of course I will. Well, maybe we can get a replacement bow for Sabille. Also, crafting purple. Also, that's an explosive knife. Those are paladins. That's not magisters. Also, that's one creepy scarecrow.
Everything grows here, tall and strong.
Also, Those are some scary stats. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm not gonna go talk to the scarecrow. It scares me. Well, we have a date with the Meister. Wait, did he climb? Either way. Before we actually go talk to her, let's go into town and sell some stuff. So, let's see here now. Wait a minute!
Protect against void wake.
I can turn aside fire.
Oh wait, I think I put those there for a reason.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Let's sell
Hey, don't
these.
come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to protect.
Oh! Those weigh a ton.
Yes, of course.
Sort by weight.
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Don't need that many good food.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
The large helping of ham.
Then don't come over.
Sort by weight.
Not like you're buying
Oh, the
anything.
sort. Yeah, okay. That doesn't change much there.
Hey, don't come visit your ton.
Ruby.
Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, I don't need empty backpacks. Well, like so, we've cleared out most of it.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Well, hello.
You look down at the cart and see
It's free to look. Fair travels, friend.
Overall wares and match that. That puts
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
let's sort by type. Generally. Well, that should put us into a more sensible zip code for weight. So, let's see how she can help us.
the Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Well done.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
Ow! Okay, that's painful.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe.
And what we need
In
be?
your case, more than I suspect, man, God or even reptile can provide. However, it is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
That's helpful.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scale. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul.
Myself? Oh, good. I've been starved for proper company. Time is short. Let's go.
Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural paddle. Come, God-woken. It is time to see. Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall. Following simple instructions fills me with wonder and push the button. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
That's here now. Let's go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumbler.
Excellent. Follow me. Your
Now, let's see if we can get more powerful. Okay, I approve.
free to look about while I catch my breath. Come speak to me when you wish to proceed. And try
I don't
not
think
to
we
say
need a
anything
washboard.
in the meantime.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream.
Let's see now. Firestorm grenade. Wooden figure. Book. Firestorm grenade. Nimble tumble. Dodge. Bottle filled with oil. Cup of oil.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients.
Let's see now.
This again?
Earth essence. Ooh, earth essence. Pouch.
This again?
Some God-woken. Okay. Single piece of black root at the ritual bowl. Draw blood from the obsidian lancet. Your own is most convenient. Sprinkle upon the root. Set flame to the bowl and its content. Ensure you have sufficient source. Inhale the resulting smoke. Okay. And beyond that, nothing's known. Oh, that was chain lightning. So, speak to me.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, God-woken? You've been playing pretend all your life, but the reality is quite different.
So
No,
you say.
becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races.
But of course, with power comes
The divine was
responsibility.
created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use his power for anything else. When you become the divine, there is no more self.
For just a moment, her eyes...
It is no small thing to ask. Without a new divine, Rivellon will die. Very well, then.
So,
let's see if we
right, I
can't snatch
understand.
Divinity
So,
from
let's
the
see.
jaws
We'll
of
see
the
if we
void.
actually follow that. But
The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot and ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice a little. Everything you need is here. The ingredients...
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out.
And please do not lose anything. I pray you'll be more careful with my materials than with your empire.
Opening the door, after a quick rummage, you spot the... You gather up the blackroot, obsidian...
Oh, so we had... Oh yeah, this one. Ritual. So, sneaking doesn't matter. Telekinesis doesn't matter. Rituals, however, does matter. Nobody will need. I mean, no, it's actually it is actually worse because the prince won't be using telekinesis regardless. We lose memory here. We just replace that, and Constitution and Thievery is just better, and it has more armor. Oh, let's see now. Oh yeah. Obsidian lance. And combine that with the bowl. Combine those two. The ritual bowl is prepared. Now, in case you don't have someone with access to fire, they actually made sure that you can ignite it. But we are, after all, the prince, so it's not more appropriate that we ignite the fire ourselves.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading.
And we're ignoring the sense of existential dread.
As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
I mean, sounds good to me.
This recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Is the Hall of Echoes just our own souls? Well, that's me, so...
Bathed in the half-light of these starless barrens, you spot a figure you could only describe as a second self. It looks haggard and weak, its very voice but a feeble echo of your own.
But of course, the true self, myself, is much more powerful.
Red Prince, come. Come closer, so that you may see me as I truly am. Look me in the eyes.
The apparition clasps your face in its shaking hands. You suddenly feel your eyes tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color, then fade back into their accustomed spectrum.
Blind eyes, shine brightly. Speak the spell, and see.
Okay. We now have the innate skill Spirit Vision.
God is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Zolstissa in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you? I saved you from drowning. I blessed you, made you powerful. And now I've come to seek some power in return. Your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. May as well make the best of what you have.
So, God has literally taken refuge in my soul. Yeah, these are some harsh times.
Acknowledges herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself.
Ah, yes. Just what I needed. I tell you, dying just doesn't become a god. The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. We're battling for our very survival. It's a battle we're losing, and should we truly lose, all will be cast into oblivion.
And by hiding in me, you basically painted the biggest bullseye on my back.
Well, sort of. But by all means, let that be a motivator, not a cause for concern.
She's not even denying it.
You must realize, Red Prince, that our fates are now as one, just as our souls are now as one. We are I. Together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the Void, we stand no chance unless we become vastly more powerful than we are now. That means there is but one place we can go. The Well of Ascension. It most certainly will be. The Well of Ascension is a lake, a pool of pure source, in which the powers of the Seven lie united.
Yeah, that's one hell of a
We gave
landmark.
them up freely to create the first divine. Each of us donated half of that which makes us gods. That is where the road to divinity leads. And you must be the first to reach it at all costs. I know. Or did you think I chose you for those ember eyes alone?
Hey, I don't know. Maybe you like them.
One must never enter into any endeavor, though, without realizing the stakes. The Void is stronger than ever. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension. Not to bathe in the source of the Seven, but to take it. All of it. Only he who claims everything will be everything. The Void's doom, this world's liberator. I hope you understand them to their full extent. The other gods must either bow to you, or be undone.
I mean, as it should be.
But of
before
course,
your lord.
that is what they are saying to their own god Woken as we speak. We both know they won't bow. Just like we both know you will never bow to them. Only one can become a god strong enough to safeguard our world. One at the expense of all others. So make no, but don't let that dismay you. For these sins will be washed clean by the knowledge you committed them to say. I promise that yours alone will be the powers of the lake. And to the lake I will lead you. But not yet. Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source like only a god Woken can, and wield its most powerful spells.
I'm expecting you.
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
I'm guessing she won't be able to teach us.
You flatter me, my prince. But if all I had to do was give, we are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first you must learn to channel the Source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek masters of the Source. You must make them teach you, so that you... So, return to Rivellon, and see... Once you have, you may return to me here. Something that'll make you understand that for a god, there is Source is. It is a constant, a subject of neither time nor transience. All of life is Source. You have the vision of a god now. Eyes that can see spirits.
Ooh.
The souls of the dead, made manifest. Speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will see them. Best of luck.
A man's spirit stands before you, clad in scholarly dress.
Who
When
are
your
you?
eyes meet, he staggers back. Sweet Armadia,
Why do you test your chronicler so, haunting me with spirits? Am I cursed? Has the goddess turned her back on me?
The chronicler shudders, looking sick to his
Again. This again. I sleep, then I wake, and another piece of the world is gone. The Empress. It was her. It was that armor. I died for it, and now I'm trapped here. I died.
Yeah.
Oh, Amalia.
I thought I just told you you died.
Why can't I escape? Why is there never a way out? Me? I archived Rivellon's history. I used ink to immortalize greatness on the page. A lizard empress sought my services. She needed an ancient design restored from a damaged text. She told me the design was brilliant. When the armor was forged, the empress showed it to me, and if it wasn't for me, the armor wouldn't exist at all. This is my... If I knew the way, I'd shout until every god heard me.
The chronicler puts his head...
A hunger from beyond. Devourer! Okay. Well done.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but...
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
Oh, ye of little faith!
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Don't make me eat you.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
She sighs impatiently as you hack up the last of the green smoke.
You can't channel enough sauce? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps? Once, perhaps. Had you been earlier, you would have found a willing master of sauce, but no longer. The Magisters saw to that.
Well,
the river of my sauce has been damned. My link to the font from which it flows, severed.
So
we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only sauce masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain.
Oh, that sounds great.
Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to.
But if that is what it takes...
Just so. Some of these are quite dark, twisted individuals. The kind of creatures that grew bored pulling the legs from spiders and so moved on to people.
So, are you telling me it's not normal to pull the legs of spiders?
However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments...
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. My, you have been a busy little creature, haven't you? Yes, they would do nicely. You may need to visit several of them. I doubt anyone would be...
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens. A dark red
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember...
Right. Oh, pick up.
Nice.
Right. Let's get going then. We have sorcerers to fight. Now.
The elf beckons you into the back room, a hungry, playful look in her eyes.
Why did we just get memories from eating the stew?
She comes in close, her breath warm on your face, and thrusts a kitchen knife right into your heart.
I think there's a murderer over at that tavern. I'm gonna let's go have a talk to her.
Elton, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Let it be known henceforth to each and every subject here and every, in the absence of our beloved Alexander, Bishop Divine, slain with malice and injustice by foul sorcerers, as were let fly by the perfidious lizards of the ancient empire, with the aid and abettancy of the treacherous dwarven kingdom, the divine order of Lucian is now led by his son's most trusted intimate and advisor, Dallis, Hammer of the Divine, Saviour of the sorcerers, and new deliverer of the peoples of Rivellon. The Hammer shall take counsel from her most trusted advisors. Hail to the Hammer, 7 times blessed.
So they're blaming the ancient empire for Alexander's supposed death. A classic ruse of misdirection and rabble-rousing. The House of War is quite...
Never trust the words of those in power, no matter what side they profess to be on. It's all smoke and mirrors. Don't look too
The
close.
spirit keeps glancing back. A difficult task, since his shoulders are tense as a...
How can I help? I don't have a choice. You're the one wearing those gauntlets, dragging me. I cannot do anything to prevent it. We are bound. If I knew the way...
The chronicler... The spirit of a magister stares dumbly at her translucent hand, the fingers of which have been sheared off.
My ring! Where's my ring?
The spirit looks at you with a...
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me. She wanted me to feel it. All of it.
The spirit ponders your question.
Oh, in many places. I feel my body in 100 moving graves.
The spirit inclines her head towards...
So... That's why the missing magisters are missing.
I've spotted something.
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe.
Plenty of
cinnamon,
nutmeg.
not nutmeg. There's a food shortage in these parts. Fresh meat can be hard to come by. Liberal seasoning helps disguise all sorts of sins. Now, please, I must return to my work.
Why are you so keen to kick me
Sharp
out?
knives, boiling liquids, short tempers.
The cook dutifully ladles. The bowl slips from her grasp.
Sincere apologies.
The cook acknowledges you.
There's nothing here for you, sister. You should go back out front, where it's safe.
Well, I know
Your
you're
accusation
cooking you.
provokes nothing more than a raised eye.
Ridiculous. Then an elf would know whose flesh she's supposedly consumed. Do you know? Yes, magisters. Filthy, murdering pigs. Pigs eat anything, even each other. Then, when the time is right, they're slaughtered and fed to more pigs in turn. It's how it should be.
While I'm not opposed to the wholesale slaughter of magisters, feeding me them is what I have a problem with.
A shame. I hate...
Well done.
Prepare yourself.
I don't think you get a turn. Oh, you have to be kidding me. Lady? Delay your turn. Oh wait, you don't have that anymore. Well.
Focus!
Oh boy. Let's see here now.
Cooking notes? Wait, there's something wrong with this.
Eat the foot.
A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away to a raised valley below. Tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advancing. Humans, Magisters,
She lost her family to the
murderers.
death fog of the Magisters, of course. While I can sympathize... Ooh. No.
This ring, it bears the Magister seal, and there's blood on it.
What's this? I found something.
Let's see here now. Jar of honey. Though most of it is... Most of it's not needed. I'm getting to the point where, while I could pick up a lot of stuff, most of it's... Most of it's fairly unneeded. Much considering our current economic state. Now, what do we find here? Cat skull.
The cat stares up at you. Its midnight black pupils are too prominent for you to discern the color of its glazed eyes.
8 lives already gone, but I'd gladly lose the last if you can throw me a fish. One of those smelly kind. But I need 'em. So yummy. They taste like shadows and spoiled cream, and turn the air dark. It feels so beautiful against my fur, like being caressed by black cotton.
He stares at the fish. He opens his mouth as if...
Well done.
Come on, that must be a star.
Think.
right about me. I'm just another useless elf. Might as well have rotted in the death fog.
Well. So, that was an interesting cat. Now, let's go talk to the Magister.
The Magister's jaw is tightly...
What? Well? What are you waiting for? Tell me! The reward's whatever I damn well decide it to be. Now clear off. What? The bloody cook? It can't be. Whoa, why did Higba have that contraband then? That he's still guilty of something. I'm not calling off the manhunt until I have that fiend one way or another. As for this cook, do you have any proof?
The Magister snatches the ring from your palm and...
This is a conduct award. I presented it to Magister Harrick myself.
Well...
She was the second one to be taken. The cook's been reported dead. I thought she was another victim, but if she had this...
He shudders in disgust.
And to think she was so near to us, to me, all this time.
He holds out a pouch of gold. You try to take it, but he doesn't yet relinquish.
Keep this ugliness to yourself. I wouldn't want it thought.
He lets go of the...
Right.
Bellwether, I need those reports, damn it.
Right away.
So... finesse, helmet, that's worse. The staff, I don't care. A mage boots.
My inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
So, let's grab the staff. I should have taken the boots, but
right away.
Belson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Away.
Righto. Well done. I guess we'll have to deal with them. I did not plan to this. I forgot that I'm using sorcery next to the Magisters. Well done. Knock down and sleep. And this gives me ample opportunity to let's start by poisoning you and setting you on fire. Just whip you to shape. Move next to you. Now. And that I can. So. 3 shards of ice will freeze you. And that leaves you unable to do anything. And let's turn our attention over to you.
Into the dark with you.
Yep. Let's avoid fire. This is, well, maybe don't need to, but just to not unfreeze him. That's kind of the problem with a mixed theme. Like so. Oh, delightful. Lots of good stuff. I never liked them though. Do you have anything worth it? Jar of honey. A couple of books. Maybe might be something worth it. Oh, wheat. I've been looking for that. Torn letter. Oh. Now, let's identify this gear. Ooh. Now, let's hear now. Metal shield. So, way more resistances. Yeah, this is just a straight up upgrade for him. The loss of a constitution doesn't matter in this case. Now. Okay. That's a decent upgrade. Though that would require me to replace the entire set. I do know that I won't be using Migos later because of that. Gambison. So this is way more damage and still has the rune slot. While I lose this immune to stun, the extra magic armor will make it harder for me to be stunned. So, and the strength and warfare means I have more healing. So, manage runes. Manage runes. And we still want that extra accuracy. Now, I don't think anybody would benefit from this, so I'm going to get rid of it. Simple pendant. Nobody will want to use that. So it's a Warfare Scoundrel. Well, the Warfare Scoundrel ring is better than my straight up Scoundrel ring, so. Okay, let's see here now. I do not need 3 Mortal Pestles. I do not need the buckets. Let's see here now. Is there anything else I can do? She's a lot of extra weight right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be it. What was in here? Nothing. Well. That should clear this place up. No, he can't move, but what we can do is
I don't come to fun. What?
now transfer it over to the Red Prince.
Glad to see you well. Anything more?
The large helping of hand.
Set. Go back to the prince. Because we're going to do Want to have a good attitude. A good attitude. Right. She's now friendly. Now we can just trade normally.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat.
Like so.
Until later then.
Until later.
I don't come visit you, Tug. Who will?
Calm as a coiled spring held tight.
My word, but you have at it.
Let's see, what
Got
do you
yourself
have?
situated.
Keeping it together, Bree?
Let's...
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never
just sell him
forget
some
it.
food stuffs.
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
Yes.
No. Let's clear out some of our inventory of things we won't be using, because most of the food will never be used. They offer 2 minor buffs.
Keeping it together,
I'm gonna
Bree?
keep this to see what it does.
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Pumpkin.
Your flesh
You're
stinks of the
safe among
void.
friends.
What kind of rat would
Never
sell
forget
such
it.
filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for
That
you
gives me
with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up
Keeping
eating
it
sawdust
together,
from a
Bree?
cell floor.
I'm alright, as long as I don't...
Yep.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
No.
War's a brewing. Special prices for you while war is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
I should sell the poison. There's nothing really here I want to trade right now.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Get rid of the garlic. I don't need all the garlic.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. It's not like you're buying anything.
Let's start with
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
And with that, we're now in a position to... Let's see here now. What can we buy from him?
You're safe among friends.
No.
Never forget it.
That would be a good one. Definitely an improvement. So the perseverance in her case is kind of
Your fish stinks of the void.
big
What
questions.
kind of rat would sell such filth?
What's a
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town.
No.
It's
The
all well and
shield.
good for you
Single-handed
with your
strength,
rations.
polymorph.
We've
Yeah,
got to
this
take what we
this
can
is
get.
actually a good shield for a house.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up
The House
eating
of
sawdust
War.
from a cell floor.
But for any of our builds, no.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Int one. No int one. Oh, an int one. But in worse creature.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Bang. That would be a nice,
Don't come over. Not like
nice
you're buying anything.
dagger for another build, but
If I don't come visit your ton,
wrong.
who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
that might actually be really useful.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy
Ballistic?
starving along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Ah.
Let's for now just grab this. Ballistic shots.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Now let's see here now. Supernova. Yeah, you already know all of them. I'm actually going to replace chloroform with ballistic shot
You're safe among
because it's
Never forget.
it deals the standard damage, but it gains bonus damage for based on difference. And damage in this game, the math is a little bit special sometimes. But so this skill gets its base damage, then it gets its bonus damage based on distance, and after that is calculated, we apply any huntsman bonus if we get it. So for Sibyl, that would mean that after we calculate the damage for distance,
Smells worse over
we
here
apply
than a dozen
a
rotten eggs dropped in a
25%
vat of vinegar.
damage bonus.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
I don't come visiting.
Right.
once. Who will?
Alright, we had some... Right. The Magisters at the gate want us to report to the docks. Oh, something else. Hey, kids.
Look at you. You're all scaly.
Yes. Naturally.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
And got you a tail. That's disgusting. Don't be rude, Ben. He's a lizard. It's not his fault he's ugly.
They stare at you in disbelief.
You're weird.
What do you
We
expect
were
to see?
waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon.
About
He
that.
went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
Fort Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's gonna find his mum and bring her back. Cool. How did you know that?
Lizard, have you seen our friend yet?
They're innocents in a world with precious little innocence left. Let's leave them that way.
The truth hurts, but they'll get over it.
Kids are resilient. Tell them the truth.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky shark.
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again, then starts crying too.
Still
They
toughening
shrug
you up.
free of your grip.
It's for your own good, kiddos.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath. I'll...
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
I'm going nowhere right at this moment. Nowhere since something crossed my path and oh so very sharply piqued my interest.
Oh, really?
Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods?
Only humans are capable of
We
such
do
cruelty.
cruel things unto others and unto ourselves because we must.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
His sliver of a smile could rival a rattler's.
I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side.
Oh?
There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth, that is to say, sauce.
Oh.
Best convince me I was mistaken.
Give your nose another try.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. Seems I was mistaken. Must have been the predator that I smelt on you indeed, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A predator has to prove its killer instinct, after all.
Oh? You're challenging me.
Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters.
I mean... Let's go with that, disregarding the... Magister murders that I've been... contributing to. Let's remember, I didn't start this trend.
But they do.
Would have thought you capable of dealing with a few dwarves.
I'm quite capable. But as you can see, I'm also preparing to say... Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune.
Okay.
I've need of a rat catcher.
If I'm to accept your proposal, I need
Of
more info.
course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Same point teleportation. That seems unnecessary.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up? How very... One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. Adieu and good luck. The Lord time has come, my stitched-lip lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Well done.
Left behind like a dog. Bah. 7 curses upon that shit.
Now,
the
Julian.
Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
Here I still am, and here you still are. Adrift in bloody driftwood.
Quit your blubbering.
A man of stature wouldn't be moored on a dock with no one but dead fish for... But here I am, and here... Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late, and I'm beginning to worry something.
But I
behind the
did.
Bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened?
Might have been destroyed by Voidwoken.
That means source was used.
which means some third party must have attacked first. And of Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right.
Maybe.
Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of
That's a different
Driftwood.
voice actor.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working in behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be... They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure, and hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands.
You wonder why? You guys are so lovely.
You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist in that case. Go forth.
Right.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Oh, what to do? Well, so let's check. That would reduce. We'd lose very minor distances.
Keeping it together, Bree.
But we get
I'm all right.
the defense if
as
we
long as I
lose.
don't
We
think
gain
about it too
here.
much. You heard
We
any
get one more
news?
You're
strength.
safe among friends.
Nothing good.
Never
Void
forget
woken
it.
are everywhere.
Get some more armor
Thank
here.
the divine you're here to protect us.
Smells worse over here than it does on
yes.
the
Right,
road.
it's time.
Fat and vinegar.
Come over. Like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to?
Sirens gear has run its course.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Your fish stinks of the
Oh.
void.
I'm all right,
What kind of
as long as I don't
self-
think about it too much.
You're safe among friends.
Air is weak.
Never forget it.
Small thunder.
It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking.
Well done.
You let that bitted sawdust from a cell floor.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Now, what do we have left? I'm not going to sell this set though, so I'm gonna send it to the Lady Vengeance.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Latest news! Fresh from the war! Many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What's heaven save us? Stabbed in the back he was by them vile noble. Kill them all, I say. Do them like Magister Raymond did old Lady Seaver. That'll teach them traitors. I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the divine is dead. Figured you'd ask me about that. Ain't looking too good for you, lizards. Word is, the divine order. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one left standing when you treat them to death, Fog. You're lucky to be so jolly just in here. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything. And you ask me, and I say she's mad as a mink with its tail on fire. Queen or no?
It sounds like a lovely lovely lass. Now, let's...
Valiant warrior against...
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them.
Do it. I told you to scram once. Don't make me say it with my fists.
I don't care for the blueberry muffins upstairs.
It's already mad as a bag of cats down there, and I've no intention of flinging another Hey, back away from the stairs or you'll find... Hold it. Papa, no.
He grins.
Lohar didn't tell me to let any scarred lady in, so why should I?
He grabs your hand eagerly and laughs.
You're the right sort for down...
Let's go. Right. Whoa.
I've spotted something.
Oh? And what do we have here? Oh. 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 Well now. And no, that's a lucky find. No, what do we find here? Intelligence. Meh. Now, it would deal more damage, but I lose crit shots, so meh. Well, no, I'm going to have to go and get some more something to drink. So I need to. Right, I'll be right back. And we are back. Now, let's see what shenanigans we can get into down here.
Look at that. A fresh face. Shrewd and sophisticated. Like any true lizard. Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison then? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time you need. Pleasure doing business with you, Governor.
Divinity. Okay, so the normal.
Aye, so it is. But not just any Druidney. Oh, further down's the arena, see? And the gladiators are all... I give them that. You could say that my darling her... So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination.
Ifan approaches you, a drink in his hand and a wide smile on his face. He clearly feels at home in this grimy place.
Want a drink?
He grins and hands you a drink, full of good cheer.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh?
We've been enjoying our time.
One must stop to appreciate the good moments, right? And if this isn't a good one, I don't know what is.
Ifan looks around at the Undertavern, contentment plain in his eyes.
Ah. Well, plenty of drinks to be had when the world's saved. To Rivalon.
Right. Well, let's see what we can find here. Who are you?
Red Prince, your majesty, you live. Oh, much have I prayed to Seven Blessed Zolstissa that she would keep you safe. My praise is my pride, your highness. Many long hours I have passed here, waiting for your royal self to break through the smoke.
He's a dreamer.
I must speak with you, Red Prince. I must speak with you of Bramos the Wanderer.
But I met him. Wasn't he supposed to meet me here?
Indeed, great prince, but...
He looks around the hazy room with hasted eyes.
The House of Shadows stirs. Seven curse them for their insolence.
Yes.
The Honorable Bramos, too, sensed them closing in. He had no choice but to flee from Driftwood.
Okay, so where's their next
A
assassin?
little ways east he went, in search of safety, to an encampment of paladins. You will find him there.
We saw those paladins.
And with that, I have told my tale.
He's done his duty well.
Princes, I am...
He bows deeply, as reverently as one would before a...
Right. Let's do this a bit sneakily. Closer. Stand there. Infam. There. I guess. Actually, Seville, you need to take her place. Also, still one with. Oh, look here now. The skeleton without skeleton. Skeleton without bones. Pick up. Send to Sabil. Pick up. That's another waypoint.
Did you know our arena champion's a bloody cheat, stranger? Murga tricked me and bit off my earlobe before the fight had even started.
Sounds like a fair and honest duelist.
Down for a little scuffling and tussling? Let's see if you got some fight in ya.
Well, I'm the champion of Arena Fort Joy, so...
Well, that just means she'll want to talk with you herself before she'll assent to any challenge. Watch your words, mind. She take... Well, you better start caring. Without her approval, you'll be on your way.
So... Right. Let's save here in case... something goes wrong. These fights, we never know. So... the prissy little...
Watch out for Murga, stranger. She's a formidable fighter, our dear arena champion. And not one to some...
Uh-huh.
Is there a void woken down there? Who in their right mind? Must be one strong force field keeping it inside.
Right, Murga.
In the shadows, a dwarven woman spits obscenities down upon a caged void woken. She exudes a powerful air of menace and an even more powerful odor of old sweat and dried blood. She spies you and glowers.
Oh. She feels like a cocky one.
More fodder for the arena. Let Murga the champion test how good your reflexes are.
Curling her torn lip back over broken teeth, she grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you.
Ha! Your science won't help you here. In the arena, you must be willing to suffer.
She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams your...
I bested that void woken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there. Ah! Based on your performance so far, that's cute. But I shouldn't judge your baby steps. The lion judges not the pussycat, eh?
The look she shoots you is withering enough to ruin a harvest.
I don't owe you squat. But if you've got enough... Go talk to the raucous one. Tell him I sent you, and he'll set you up for a challenge. Prove yourself worthy fighting my acolytes blindfolded. Then...
So... this first fight will be blindfolded. Now I'm really happy. I had forgotten that part earlier. Now I'm really happy I replaced the Tyrant set, because the blindfolds do replace your headgear, which means I wouldn't have my helmet.
It's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done. Is that so? Well, looks like the crowd will get its money's worth. All right, just make sure to keep the blind. In any case, you're in for a treat, laddie. Better than sweet cream stew on Lucian's Day.
Oh. Yeah, so all of my characters don't be really weak. So here's what happens. You replace your helmet with the blindfold. So I lose my set bonuses. I lose a lot of things here. And You are going to delay your turn. Delay. Now. I'm going to... This might seem a bit odd at first, but I have there's a point to this. Because this will give loads of fire. And of course, Losa's headpiece had 1 point in summon, so I don't get to show off what the effect of having 10 summoning gives you yet. But, regardless, and encourage. Now, the rest of my party might be blindfolded in short range. The Incarnate is not. The rash one is clever enough to use a fire resist potion. That's kind of hilarious. Now, that's the maximum distance I can walk. Now, I don't have enough range to hit him. I do have, however, a very good range of my fire. Delay you as well. Take a step back. Armor up low. This also removes all the debuffs on her. That hurts ever so slightly, and also stuns Loso. Now, could do a slight movement and toss at you. Oh. Let's see, how much damage do you take from this? Fair amount, but not that much. This is actually good. Our best option. Now you did a major mistake of stepping point blank range for Archer. Now this was matter too much. So, sky shot and miss. Of course it's a miss. No. That's a major mistake. That puts him in range of Prince and gives me the opportunity to smack him. Problem with his skills is they are too large. Or not large enough in this case. So I'm going to do shock. No, she's already stunned, so I don't care. But what I'm going to follow this up with is this charge scroll to stun him. No, you need healing. So toss some range and get a move on because you're going to get going. Now you, we're going to attempt a knockdown. Yes, and it didn't cost us an arrow, which is great. This means that the prince can now move on to the next turn. That actually is no. With 3 points, I'm gonna move over here. I'm really happy that this fine lady does not have physical armor. I just wish I didn't miss. Though they made a decisive error in their judgment.
Greet the Reaper for me.
Now the question is, can I save Losa? I have a couple of spare restoration scrolls, so that should keep her going slightly at least. No, healing ritual on yourself. And And heal yourself as well. This is because if she goes down, both of her summons goes down. So that's. Keep hitting. Grab some blood for additional damage. Let's go for adrenaline. Pace up. Maybe with a bit of luck. Okay. It would require a crit. Though she doesn't have any poison resistance. That should kill her. That takes her out. Now. Shields up. Just to get her resistances back up so she can survive. Can place another totem. That'll be her turn. And we won! Now, that fight is
your nose with her own.
really a lot harder when most of your party is ranged.
Nice to see the cub has some claws. You drew blood. Enough to know you're alive.
So now we get
and
to actually
prove
fight.
yourself against my little. Come on, show me I'm alive.
She winks over her shoulder at you and then disappears.
Okay. Fight 1 complete. Now. For this fight we actually get to have our full fighting strength because we get to have our actual armor pieces. Now.
Nice show out there. You're smouldering, you are. Oh, this'll be a scotcher. Who are you taking along? You only get this one chance, so keep your wits about you.
Right, Murga. Definitely the wrong target. Did I help? Okay, I just hope she doesn't murder her first turn. Okay. So. Clear-minded will clean that off, so I'm going to... I'm gonna treat Murga like a punching bag and take out some aggression. Actually, let's... jump up there to get the consistent high ground bonus. And fire. And let's save that for next turn. So, clear mind on Losa. This will remove Charmed. Now, let's... the prince can actually jump after, so... I'm going to toss her here. This will ensure that the prince will still be able to act, but... she still has to travel to it. No. As I said, the prince is still able to act. Now, they should put her out of combat condition. And now we actually get to use the full Incarnate, the champion. Now, charge and punch and the Deep Dweller is out.
Looky, sorceress. Caged like a little ickle squirmy worms. Delicious.
Murga blanches, jaw hardening as she steps backwards. It could be just a trick of the light, but it certainly looks like she's...
This is bad news, Cupcake. Ha! Just giving you a chance to soften him up for me.
flickering and glimmering in and out of...
Just like last time, she runs to her little ickle fading shadows. Won't save you.
And of course he's after Liz. Oh, it's been missed. Well, doesn't matter. Also, holy shit, she cheats. Yeah. I'd like to point out that this is fucked beyond repair. No, she fucks. She is fucked. I'll sit down. I have other things to deal with. Ballistic. Stun. Okay, what do you have? Right. He's not immune to anything relevant. One, 2, 3. Bleed and toss. Knockdown and shoot. Okay, you. Get the prince back up on his feet. Blood totem. Ace up the prince. And encourage. Friends, knock it down.
I'll yield to none.
Well, knock it down. Thank you. Now, shoot her.
Reaper for me.
The dwarf bounces up and down with glee, then catches himself and clears his throat. He bows before you.
Extraordinary, son, just extraordinary. The spirit of the One has yet to settle, but it hovers near. It knows your great feat. I ain't just praise you're earning, though. Giving you this key, too. It's an arena champ tradition. Takes you to treasure, it does. And only a champ can survive that.
The dwarf bellows out to all within.
I proclaim thee the champion of the Driftwood Arena. Get your gloat on, take a swig of ale. Hell, take a dozen. We'll be singing for years to come of the great scaled Void Slayer.
Right. Spear and one-handed mace. Completely uninteresting. Finesse and Hydrosophist, not interesting. I think this might be technically better than... I'll take those. Now, that fight could have gone a lot better. She was not... to be clear, I set that entire fight up under the condition that she wouldn't get the turn, but sometimes shit like that happens, and gotta roll with the punches. So, well, we won't use these blindfolds again. Right. So, 731 and 521. So, that's a lot better for Ifan, and that doesn't matter for you. So, now, Moment of Truth. Yes. While Shadow's Eye is great, it only carries you so far. So that's a really healthy damage boost. Now, I don't have enough. No, let's be honest here. I still have more than enough accuracy to never have to worry. However, this does mean that she loses the stealth, which is a bit so-so, but hey, you can't have everything. Let's link everybody up. Oh, so we can still do that quest. It's good to know.
She spits 3 bloody teeth out onto the floor beside your feet and grins crimson at you.
I truly didn't think you'd have that much fight in you. I'll win my title back, I will. But first, I'm gonna find somebody a lot nicer than you to kiss all this better.
Yeah, good luck. No. Well.
pale, stunning creature.
She draws close. You feel her breath on your neck, hot, moist.
Oh yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Are you worthy of my gift? Oh dear. You assume your reputation precedes you. Surely you've accomplished something of note.
Champion of the
Indeed. This is acceptable. You are nearer. Are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not a G. All you have to do is look into my ring and tell me what gaze in.
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you...
Now, I know kind of what this is, but I'm not sure which I want. In this case... Oh, which one was it? So, I can either go for an oak, quill, so, at a glance, given that we're talking about the prince, the dragon sounds reasonable. Though I think I'm going to take the towering oak.
Yes. A true warrior. You desire great. I will fulfill a kiss. Most delicious. Your friends should leave.
Dorothea sees you and heaves a shuddering sigh. She bites into her lower lip with enough force that a drop of blood seeps out. Blood and something else.
Darling, I admit I wish we could share more carnal pleasures. Yet I think a kiss is the height of intimacy.
You draw closer and close, yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face. She is a woman no longer, but... Her fang painlessly sinks into your neck. You still hear her words.
You desired strength. We part ways now. I'll remember this moment. Ruse? I took only...
She kisses her...
Now go...
So, I knew of this. Each one has a different results. So, this one gives me strength, so at the constitution. So I lose 2 constitution, putting me down to 15, which won't be a problem because the prince will be taking picture of health down the line, which gives me vitality based on warfare, so he's going to have all the vitality he's gonna need. Thanks. Ben Mess will do the same deal. Now, you can do this for each character, if I'm not mistaken.
Hail.
She draws.
Are you worthy of my gift? If you swam your way here, surely you've accomplished some. Indeed. Are you ready for me to grunt? I can't. Gaze into the.
She flashes. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you.
Here we want the quill. Because I remember now that the quill is what he desires.
I will. A kiss. Most. Your friends should leave.
A little bit too close.
Dorotheus,
Darling.
You draw, yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face.
If this isn't the weirdest thing he's encountered, I wonder, or weirdest Triss has been part of.
The knowledge we part ways now. I'll remember this.
So now, Ifan also got Spider's Kiss and he got Intelligence instead. Now, Sibyl's gonna get... no, there isn't an option for Finesse, but there's an option for Wits. So... she's gonna be a bit low on HP here, to be honest. But...
Hail.
She draws close.
Are you worthy of my gift? Indeed. Are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? I beg. You have a need to engage.
She flashes. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach,
here we actually want
a beam of
Stately
light
Dragon.
washes the shadow away, revealing to you.
Yeah. I will. A kiss. Most.
no. She's a bit slow to get over here, though.
Dorotheus,
Darling.
You draw, yet her lips do not press against. Her fang.
You does. We part ways now.
So now she actually has, because I am sub 10. Sibyl actually gets negative bonuses from her constitution for HP. But the extra 2, we get 2% crit chance, and so worth it. Now Losa, she's the only one who's I'm not gonna take the stat buff on, because Of the 5 options, there are actually only 3 stat buffs.
Hail.
She draws.
Are you worthy of my gift? Indeed. Are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? Oh, I see your ache. I can weave some tapestries, but that I cannot touch. Even a divine, yet we all have gaze.
She flashes. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light
Here
washes
we
the
actually
shadow
get,
away, revealing to you...
Because Los is a mystic, we actually get insight to kind of what we get. So, the oak is a symbol of strength. So, you get strength. Quill, pursuit of knowledge, intelligence. Dragon, wits. I don't agree with power there, but golden chest overflowing with runes. This is actually a monetary reward and not what we want. What we want is a second challenge.
Yes. It is immortality you desire, as, in return, a kiss most...
Because what we do here, what we get here, I should say, is special. So this will technically only be a negative for Lawson. So I'm gonna save here because I'm not sure I get what I want, but I think I do. So now the rest of you be ready to jump in because we're gonna enter a fight.
Dorothea sees...
Darling!
You draw, yet her lips do not press against yours.
Oh. We're a champion. Now let's see here if we can't butcher her. That's a knockdown, and this should give us all the time we need to kill the giant spider. Now, let's see here now.
You thought it was over? How unfortunate for you. You see, I came prepared for the occasion.
Yes, she has what we want right now, and she used it. This is what I want for Lawson. No, she's without resistances, so a double shock will stop.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Because what she has is the symbol of rebirth. Now, this is a special item. If I only can find it. Oh yes, here. It's dull, grey, and not very special right now. What you do is you combine it with a resurrection scroll, which gives you a glowing icon. Now, what this does, it's just an item until the carer dies. At which point, said revival scroll activates automatically. So I'm going to put this in Losa's bag. Because Losa's getting a lot of attention. No, she didn't give it that we attacked her. She didn't get the negative. No, this is also. Here's the thing. She can't use it. Otherwise, Venom Bite would be a good weapon for her. Not because she's going to ever be able to use any dagger skills, but because it has summoning. So these are, let's be honest, they're actually not that good. But we didn't fight her because of that. Fought her for that symbol. So now that that's been dealt with, let's gonna. Yeah, water balloon. I haven't used any of those. No. Let's head upstairs.
What do you want? Boss is busy.
I'm here on business.
Boss could use some. Listen up. Don't waste his time.
Let's see here now. Marla.
I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own. This.
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath his ribs. A wet red spot shows through.
Traitor.
This ain't the thanks I expected. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table. You hear a loud crack.
Enough! Do you know they killed Anhar? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out of your mouth and fry it for supper. Bart, Cade, get her to talk or bleed her out. She ain't one of mine anymore.
His sneer travels from the restraint.
And you better have a damn good reason for coming. Brave lad, all sitting here now. I hope for your sake you've got good news for me. You came into my house, bub.
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has grown larger and wetter.
Leave a wound alone and it'll patch itself right up. Longer it takes, the less likely you'll let it happen again. If it won't heal, then it's your time to go. So, how'd you make it out of Fort Joy? I've got people. They've got people. People talk. The Magisters never shut up long enough to listen.
Fair enough.
But me, I love a good story.
Good stories always.
Here's one I heard lately. A group of strangers landed on the beaches outside town. Meister Seaver's people. You one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all?
Yeah, don't really sound convinced.
All just been telling us all kinds of this and that about Godwoken. Haven't seen any evidence of them, so no, I'm not convinced.
Can't blame
We're
you.
swirling the drain. If someone doesn't plug it, we'll... So? What do you want?
Looking for sorceress.
I should have guessed. I could help you. But last I heard, you was working for the Magisters. Big shots at the boats. Now,
Why in the name of all the earths would I help a worm like that?
I don't serve anybody. I serve myself. Always.
An unpleasant smirk twitches around the corners of his mouth.
Right. I reckon I could help you out, depending on what you can do for me.
What you
He
got in mind?
gestures towards the bandit.
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got it in her head to come after me with a short blade.
You should be lucky it wasn't a long blade.
That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to pull the silent treatment either. Something's going on. And wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Belonged to another of my people. Guy's name is Mordus. Bit of a loner, but smart as hell. I sent a few guys to go check on him, see if he knew what had got into Marla, but no one can find him. I'd like a word with the guy. That'd be up to him, wouldn't it? No one's seen him in a good few. I've got some people checking out his house near the tavern now, though. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Reckon a sorcerer will have better luck. Good. One more thing. Like I said, Mordus is a sorcerer. Maybe even one of the ones Seaver's after. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask before I have my word with him. Here, you can take this off my hands. More suited to your kind, really.
Aye.
Good luck.
It isn't fair. It isn't fair. It hurts.
I
Drug is
almost
back
feel
there.
bad for ya. Almost.
Well, then let's head out. It's a nice dagger. If you're using daggers.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
No. Hydro arrow. So, question is this better? That's the question. So, 7,842.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You
So,
know the way in.
this would be better regardless. So. This gives a lot of knowledge. Let's balance that. No. So that's no. Are these boots better? Wouldn't say so. So.
money. Who gains the title most divine?
I got a right to live, don't I?
We'll send this to the Lady Vengeance.
Wonder and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
That's not good.
Okay, what are you grumbling about?
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot.
What are you doing, lizard? Trying to get the drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat?
If that was the case, you'd already be
Empty
dead.
bluster, serpent. Now leave me be. My Magister comrades are missing and I'm gonna find them. I was a Magister once. It was my whole life. But elves were banished from the ranks. No matter.
You're better off not being part of their organization.
This must be the place Lohar mentioned. It looks unassuming enough.
It's locked as well.
The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse, were it not for a slight twitch of her eyelid. She calmly opens her left eye, then her right.
What do you want?
The dwarf unfolds her arms and shoots to her feet.
All right, lizard. Right, glad Lohar ain't left us here to wither. Those brutes are taking their sweet time down there. I gotta send word soon. Who knows? Anything that gives away what Mordus has been up to. That weird priest's been hanging around Lohar for ages. Those half-wits below will know more. Get to it then.
I'll head down. Well, let's see now. What do we find out?
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around.
I've spotted something.
More luck, ask him to do it.
There we go.
Finally.
The door's open.
By Duna's dagger, Crimson Dragon. You here to free us or kill us?
Well, given that Lohar's
The male
helped me,
dwarf expels 2 lungfuls of air.
We've only been fretting here for a few hours, but it's felt like days. That's...
Ain't found nothing that lets on what Mordus is up to. Only thing we managed were to close that door and get us stuck. And if there's another door out there, never...
Lohar ain't gonna be pleased.
Ain't no telling where that priest has gone to. Started acting all funny not so long ago, then flew the coop.
acting funny.
Well, at first, he was just buddying around with Lohar and the rest, you know. But then he'd start looking all sickly and run off for a day or two. Then some stranger tried taking old Lohar down, but got himself caught and tied up. Ain't no coincidence Mordus went hanging around then.
She taps a finger against her...
A woman knows things. Best we head off then.
Head off. Losa, you wait outside. Armor, books, bone, skull.
Well, this won't do. If I can get stuck, then I can get unstuck.
Of course you can. Lucky 5. Shoes. Empty box. Box.
The shrine depicts Duna, yet has clearly seen better days. Scratches and fissures deface its exterior, and its eyes have been gouged hollow.
And will be my altar.
Your words are swallowed by the chamber's thick air. The stone is cold against your palm. If the shrine depicts Duna, yet as you run your hands along the exterior until your fingers graze a button. There's no mistaking the sound of stone chafing.
Well, that's the way out from inside. Now, let's see here now. What can we find in here? Let's check. Medallion? Aeroferg. It's more stuff what you got. Boots. So, finesse boots. Maybe mildly better, but nothing spectacular.
I've spotted something.
Skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
Can you pick
Nice. Seems like I've got a real talent for this.
Hold on. See what we can find down here. Okay. Okay. There is some sort of combination to this, I'm sure. Ah, there we go. Rightio. So, we are definitely having one there. One there. Everybody move there. Prince. Put that there. Well then, that gets us through.
Be wary. The urns will shatter. The bones will...
The glowing corpse looks to you. The erratic rising and falling of its sternum is accompanied by melody.
Come to...
The creature murmurs a series of unfamiliar noises. The creature
Okay. Let's...
You see an
Please! Light, freedom, danger. Releasing me releases them. Them! Mortis, the priest. Not what he claimed without me. He is nothing. A worm. A grub. He doesn't draw upon his own strength. Free me! Release me from Mortis' torture!
Your hand brushes against the skeleton's porous bones, and it convulses. You feel the source return to your body the moment you break.
I am Zash! The lights may not illuminate me! The panel! 7 bless you.
Right, let's get this show on the road. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Okay. Let's have a fun fight.
Modest minions! Leave me be, parasites!
Okay, let's hear now. Flame Weaver. Get to the show on the road. The standard open Sabile. Not quite enough, but torture that ignites all of them, since all of them on fire. With that, I'll teleport you down to him, actually. And this final execution and encourage. Step up. They should kill you. Yes, it did. You can walk down again. I should have used the range attack in hindsight, but it's always easy to be wise in hindsight. Doesn't even go through physical armor. Yeah, she's stunned. Okay, let's see here now. The ballistic shot here will do wonders. Asset. So both my buffs expire here, so shoot. No, probably it won't kill, but
Hurts, doesn't it?
makes that move a bit more powerful. It actually gives me the extra turn, so I can still get that shot. They should. We have one hostile here, the Scholar, and this will basically put him out of commission. Doesn't kill him.
Cornered.
That does, however, kill him. Tube movement to get there. Just so I can get an extra attack for free here at least. Gonna put you there. I think I can shoot over this. Probably. With you running away, that doesn't matter. You can't really do much. One AP will take us that far, and then we take the rest and jump. Charge to knock you down and hit. This is impressive. Losa gets dragged. And we'll be using this version. Yeah. Take that 1 AP to move and hit.
About time, too!
The creature
You free the master of the magical arts. For that, I'll leave you alive and untasted. For demolishing Mordus's minions, I'll give you a skill book of your choice. Choose. I offer you life and learning, and you're still... Speaking of which...
The undead creature...
Stay. Curse you, Mordus, and curse your blasted machine.
The creature begged for release, but can it be trusted?
We need to follow it. Lucky for us, I've got a knack for finding trouble.
Well, if we release it, we get to kill
We're
it.
pretty formidable these days. I say we hunt it down.
Right. Now let's see here now. Losa? Fix that lock, please. Ooh, a source orb.
Gotta say, I think we're onto something.
Source orb. Ooh, rune frame of power. Now we're talking power here. Acid stain key.
Lucky find.
Was that? I need to check that. Was that what I think it was? Because I think that might have been something really funny. Let's just see here. No. I trade 5 air resistance for 10 poison. Gain more gain more armors, and gain 1 huntsman. Sure. Manage runes. Get rid of that. And send that to the Lady Vengeance. Yes. Oh, that. A terror grenade. Now we're talking. But yes. Right, so we got some really nice stuff here. Payment scroll. Skill. Okay, we got some books to read here. But before we do anything else, we want to manage runes. So now, source orbs. They're fairly rare. They're very valuable, and they function as sockets, giving skills instead. Now I think cleansing wounds might be nice instead of some minor resist. So now he has a fairly sizable, decent heal. Also, I need to check. Does anybody? Okay. We don't have anybody who can really utilize the large masterwork rune, which is a shame. Especially having rune slots on weapons is really good at this point. Yeah. But wasn't just what we found. So, Robbie Toe. The Undeads Among Us. My Jim Hex. Chapter 7, The Lich. These manipulated creatures are unique among the dead because... Not because they may command source. Many rekindled souls draw from their own inner well, after all. But because it flows from an apparent everlasting wellspring into their bone and hollows. Several manners of harvesting a lich supplied. So that was what's happening here. Skill research. Various special notes on necromancy, eternal life, and the dark arts. So. Oh. That icon was special. So. Yeah. So, Shackles of Pain, that was earlier. We got knowledge on how to make a curse scroll. Meat said void-tainted fish, apparently. Good to know. That also means that I should get rid of all of them. Yeah, let's keep it low. Okay!
Nice.
Nobody's going to use this. But okay. It would be really good if we used a melee build. Or one-handed melee build, I should say. But, as we aren't. More money. Money, money, money. So. Mordus, you're a lucky man. Your failure to assassinate Loha could have been ruinous, yet our Lord proves his grace not only by sparing you, but granting you Mord Akaim. The ritual requires excessive release of souls, but I'm sure you're anxious to prove your allegiance. Use it wisely. Your orders remains the same. See that the weapons from the Peacemaker reaches ours. I will wait. Number of Godwoken. Should I make sure they pass no further?
Loha will want to know of this.
This assuming you don't have somebody with high enough wits, this reveals how to get out. Assuming you get caught. Well then, let's go talk to Lohar again.
Locked.
Oh boy! No, Seville! I know the vultures are real. Southeast shore. No. This weapon is, I'd say, an improvement. And that's because before we compare, we are going to slot in this room. Now we're going to compare. So, 90 to 96. Wasn't quite. No, it wasn't actually an upgrade. Although, this one doesn't come with movement reduction, and I'm gonna trade a little bit less damage for some sustain.
Wait, my friend.
Right, let's have a word with Lohar. And I think after we've had our discussion with him, I'm thinking we're gonna round up for the evening.
Don't go blind after all that.
Better get out there before Maldus makes it all the way past Arks. I asked you for a man, not a note.
He takes the letter from your hands and reads it quickly, face hardening with anger as he reaches.
Bloody goddamn spit-sucking weasel! This is bad. Not just for me and mine. Not just for you and yours. This is bad. Hell if I know, but it don't sound good. Seems as though Mordus wasn't mine after all. Trouble is, I don't know whose he is.
Yeah, that usually is a bad sign.
Of course. That's why I haven't heard from the cave. Sabotage. Listen up, I need your help. We all do. Mordus has his hands on something dangerous. Something I was trying to protect us from. Not just my folks. The whole damn realm. Look, me and mine, we move classified cargo. Take it right off Magister ships and put it into the hands of the... Trouble is, we came across something no one ought to have. Not the Magisters, not my folks, not the gods them. I ordered it to be destroyed. I guess Mordus, whoever he's, that can't happen. The less you know, the better. My people had an operation up in the caves outside town. Good access to Red... Haven't heard from them in a couple of days now. I thought maybe we'd lost the messengers to Voidwoken in the hills, but now I bet my lucky left foot Mordus is in the cave. You gotta get to him before he gets his hand. Pray to whoever you pray to that it ain't too late. Finally, someone with a... Give me your map. I'll show you where... I don't want to know what'll happen.
Right. So, something nobody ought to have. I'm willing to bet money. We're talking death. But that is for next part. So we'll continue on Thursday. Until then, have a nice evening.